How y'all doing? Smokey, my cat, is an Arcturian cat, and it was really funny after I just made that post about critical mass frequency. He jumps up on me and he runs in the house and jumps up on me because I was just finishing. I had just finished about 20 minutes ago weed eating in the backyard, and you can tell my front yard still needs it. Had to charge the batteries, and so Smokey just comes up, and I had just been given a transmission about critical mass frequency being reached. And then Smokey comes up and starts giving me an Arcturian transmission. And it's really cute when he does that. He jumps up on me and he'll be meowing a lot. And then he'll start licking my third eye. And then he'll start licking my nose. And then he'll put his nose right up against my third eye. And so for those of you who have cats or dogs, pay attention to their mannerisms and stuff, because, you know, they can be, good morning Trisha, good morning guys, big hugs and blessings. They can be giving you transmission. The feline essence is the feline race is very, very prevalent. But now you're going to find, with this full moon, and we knew this full moon was going to come in and really dissolve the carpets, the rugs, the foundations, that the axis correction that we went through on the solstice loosened up. And so the past couple days, I've really stepped away. How you guys doing? Stuart, Ika, Shannon, Barat, Ivy, Trisha, big hugs and blessings. And here's Braveheart. You want to say hi? Say hi, Braveheart. Say hi, Kiki. And you're really going to find now, with these full moon energies in full effect right now, and us reaching a mass critical frequency again, and the leap that we're going to be taking, you're going to really find that where, for the feminine incarnates, your higher self that you needed to embody was masculine. For the masculine incarnates, the higher self you needed to embody was and bring in was the feminine. Now you're going to find, this is the X here. Now you're going to find, if you haven't already been going through it the past 36 hours, if you will, you're going to find where now the feminine that has embraced her masculine and become so masculine in her power, if you will. Now you're going to find where you have ran, abandoned, denied, and rejected your female vessel. And for the masculine, now you're going to come up with feelings and emotions and waves of energy that are going to bring up thoughts, feelings, yada, 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 about where now you have abandoned your masculine vessel. And so this is where, you know, I spoke of it before, where the shift, this full embodiment back to full consciousness of the Omega consciousness, reconnecting to that full Omega consciousness, I guess is a better way of saying it. This is where the feminine essence is going to come fully back into the feminine vessel, where the masculine essence has been trapped in, and for the masculine, where the feminine essence has been trapped in. Now you're fully in a process of your vessel fully merging and releasing that back down, and reconverging with it. And so that's really in the collective now. What's going to be present is really where have you truly allowed Mars to become the god of war instead of the king of peace, if you will, if that makes sense. And and for the masculine, where the masculine has allowed what's a good one to use for that? I can't come up with one. Allowed Ishtar, Inanna, Lilith to well, you get my drift. Anyways, that's what's occurring. That's what's going to be occurring if it hasn't already started. And with that comes, again, I made a post. I think it's time to move. This yard is just way too big for me to handle it by myself. And this is where you're gonna, and many of you have commented on it, saying I've had that same feeling. This is where your inner guidance is really going to step up in yourself and really fully merge with the human, especially those that have been walk-ins. I come from the second central sun, grand central sun, and we have a lot of, it's challenging when you're a walk-in because you never feel totally anchored into the earth. And now you're going to find with this consciousness, the programming was your guys' walk-in. For those that incarnated and, was born into this, I walked into this. But when you guys were born into it, and that programming has now walked out, if you will. And so now your vessel is really going to come into that full consciousness, rather than just little downloads here and there every time we get a light infusion. Now you're going to start really with these light infusions. It's just going to be deeper and deeper anchoring into your vessel, deeper and deeper clarity, deeper and deeper truth. Now you're building on that which you have already uncovered, all the layers, all the overlays. And with this critical mass frequency that we've reached, now this is truly, totally allowing that. I guess a human way to say it, guys, it would be to sit there and say that no longer are you having to clear the overlays or the veils, unless you choose to keep them in place and keep repeating it. That's free will choice. At this point, for the most part, your primary timeline, higher timelines have been anchored in, have been engaged, and instead of removing overlays to get you back to hollow earth, inner earth, heavenly realms, whatever you want to call it, label it, whichever, now you're starting new overlays on that foundation. Now you're building it tangibly. And so you're really going to find come Sunday, if not probably Saturday, today and tomorrow is probably going to be intense, emotionally, purging wise, as these feelings of where you come into realizing where you've abandoned the vessel, abandon it to do your spiritual journey, abandon it to escape to do a journey. Now you have now it's all those feelings and emotions, and in that it literally, what this is literally, and where I say it feels like I dropped back to 2012, or 2012 leaped forward, it has. Because remember, Gaia ascended in 2012, which means her consciousness is already ascended into the highest aspect. We had to meet that. And now more and more, we're doing that, and another critical mass frequency has been reached. So the more you connect into the Omega consciousness, the more time collapses. And the more of when she ascended in 2012 comes forward, or you go backwards, however you perceive it to be in your mind. Because really there is no forward, there is no backwards, there is only right now. So, in other words, time in your consciousness is now going to take another leap in collapsing. Because we dissolved that time and space capsule, the veils. And so, good morning, guys. I love you guys. And so, really just dance through this. Really let go of the judgments. Again, everything is across a contrast, and so you go through one aspect, now we have to go through the other. The masculine collective essence of us, within and without, has really fully embodied their highest aspect of the divine feminine, which now we have to clear the contrast of it. And that contrast is where, in order for him to do that, he had to release the humanness of the old masculine, of the ways and how he's been and how he thought. And so now, in order to fully merge with the human vessel in a light body aspect, if you will, now that abandonment of that vessel aspect is being addressed, is coming up to be addressed in both the feminine and the masculine. So this is where your ladies, as you dance through this is where you're going to really start feeling your feminine self again. So many of you have sat there and said, you know, I'm tired of being a warrior. I really want my feminism back. I want to be softer and gentler. I myself have said it. Paula has said it. And the masculine, you know, the masculine has been tired of being desecrated, emasculated. And as his consciousness in the vessel expands, you know, he wants to step back into being that king instead of being that knight and that page, if you will. And so, Akuna, exactly what I said to myself back to 2012. Now, what is the dance? The dance is now, guys, you know, I don't know how many of you guys seen it, a month and a half, 2 months ago, I made a post about what Spirit had given me about. If you were to go back, if you were to envision your life in December of 2012 in a higher aspect, would that be your ultimate love story? And I posted that because I jotted it down on just a note, a little piece of paper, and because I was in a car at the time as a passenger. And Akuna, you just reminded me of that, beautiful. Because I made it, because that's what Spirit showed me, is that we're going back to 2012, to those people and things that that we met, or what that was brought into our life, and that was going to be our ultimate highest timeline, with the good aspects and memories of all of our lifetimes in a higher context. And we're right there, and really that's where we're moving into. We're out of time, and we're in all eternity, all time and no time, those frequencies. And so Akuna, now what is the dance? Well, what were our dreams back in 2012? When those new people, new relationships, new jobs and stuff started coming in, and it was like that, all that new that came in, it seemed like everything just started falling apart after that. Think about this, observe this, guys. You know, maybe that perfect woman came into your life, or that perfect man, or that perfect job, or that perfect dream started presenting itself, and then it's just like everything combusted and everything started falling apart, and your heart has still been there. With that person, with that place, with that job, whatever it may be. Think about it. It Twitter-petted your whole heart and soul. And then it felt like it was just ripped out from under you, or fell apart, or everybody, your family, your friends, everything seemed to get in the way. And there was so much drama, and there was this, and there was that. But you knew without a shadow of a doubt that something about that was right. And you haven't been, no matter through your journey, you have not been able to let it go. That's the only true emotional attachment that you had left. That one thing that you haven't been able to fully let go. Now put that in your highest imagination of your highest timeline. Would that, if that presented itself in its highest aspect of love, light, joy, harmony, peace, would that be your ultimate love story? Because I can't speak for you, but I'm pretty sure I can. When I say the person that came into my life was my ultimate love story. And where I went to was that place, was in the highest aspect, would have been the perfect place for me to live. Still is. It's really funny. It just came to me this morning too. So, observe this, guys, in whatever way it applies to you, sweethearts. But I see what Spirit was showing me, and it's crystal clear right now. And time is done. And your ultimate love stories are about to unfold if you have faith as the rest falls away. Faith is the truth of the trust you behold. Don't let any doubt, anything within or without take you away from that faith, that truth, that trust you have. Because your heart will never lie to you. And your heart will never fail you or lead you wrong. And you're going to find the more you embrace this that comes up of how the human feels like it was abandoned, rejected, denied because you went on your spiritual journey and chose to awaken. This is where now you fully embody into your mind, into your brain, into your body, mind, body, soul, and spirit. It's no longer just mind, body, spirit. Mind, body, soul. It's mind, body, soul, and spirit, and earth. And so, dance through this, guys. It is going to be a little tough as we go through and we truly love our vessels back into its true consciousness rather than the programming that it feels we abandoned it with. And so, dance, celebrate, rejoice. As these feelings come up, it's okay. It's okay. Because truly, we've been on our journey our whole life, but we didn't start awakening until Gaia ascended. We were in a 5-year grace period. And so we didn't short-circuit our vessels. So, let's dance as our vessels, our minds, fully, truly merge with the Omega consciousness. Collectively, we have reached a new critical mass frequency. Belinda, you just triggered me. Do what you love to do. That's it. You know what, guys? Go back to when that rock star, you were at a concert and that rock star touched you. Oh my God, I'm never going to wash my hair again. I'm never going to wash my hand. Go back to that first teenage crush when, 16, 17, 18 years old. Whatever it was for you, where you fell in love and you were on top of the world and it did not matter what the heck was going on. It didn't matter. There's nothing that could have brought you down from that high, because that high is love, and that which twitterpates your heart will bring that high to you if you follow it. If it doesn't twitterpate your heart and give you a heartgasm, don't do it. Walk away. Ignite the passion of what does twitterpate your heart. And at the same time, triggers an exhilarated fear. Follow that. Because that is who you are. That is who we are. And that is who wisdom and the Garden of Eden is. So dance, guys. As these emotions, as these feelings come up, dance. And allow the true queen and king within your vessels to merge with the vessel. Let the essence, the true essence, come back in. And watch yourself transform overnight, literally. And watch this world totally start morphing rapidly now, more so than it has. I love you guys. Have a great day. Big, big, big hugs and blessings. Drink lots of citrus water with citrus in it. And ground. There's a lot of electricity. And if you guys have paid any attention to your vessel, my whole body is swollen. There's a lot of electricity coming in, and it's going to swell your guys' vessels. Ground. And ground all these grand central sun energies in. And you got this. Together we got this. Buckle up. Here we go. Bye, guys. Have a great day.